Today we're testing a 9,000 watt electric bicycle, the Wired Predator. It has a claimed top speed of 55 plus miles per hour, but we'll find out what the actual top speed is. Plus I'll show you how it accelerates, how it stops, talk a bit about the drivability, and I'll show you Papa Citizen's reaction. But before I can show you what this power performance bike is capable of, let me first explain to you what it is. The newly updated Wired Predator is a dual motor powerhouse. The drivetrain consists of a 1500 watt continuous motor in the front wheel with a peak of 3000 watts and a 2000 watt continuous motor in the rear wheel with a peak of 5000 watts. Together they produce a combined torque rating of 330 newton meters. That's nearly 4 times the torque of your average e-bike. The rear motor runs off a 65 amp controller and the front motor runs off a 45 amp controller. Both controllers are fed by the dual 72 volt battery packs. You got a 20 amp hour in the frame and a 15 amp hour in the rear rack. And the batteries are made with 50S 21700 high discharge Samsung cells. To help manage all this power, you have a color display that allows for extreme customization. You can independently program the power settings for each wheel, controlling each motor's throttle power, throttle engagement, if you want it to function with pedal assist or not. You can program the exact percentages of power delivered in each pedal assist level. It can really do any configuration of power delivery that you can think of. Or you can keep things simple and just tell the bike if you want front, rear, or both motors engaged by using the 3-way switch on the bars. In addition to all this power and programming, the Predator has double crown forks, a 4-link rear suspension with adjustable air shock, Gemma hydraulic disc brakes, and the pedal assist system can be programmed either as a torque sensor or cadence sensor, your choice. Now that you know what we're working with, let's start things off with a bang. What is the top speed of the Predator bike? All right, we found a nice long country road to do a top speed run, baby. Moment of truth. How fast is the Predator? All right, we're gonna start out in rear motor here until we get going. Get around this curve. Strong headwind. All right, I'm gonna switch over to dual motor. Very strong wind. Wow. Is that because I'm going 63 miles an hour? Or am I into the wind? Maybe I need to flip around and do it the other way. Holy cow, this thing. I don't even know if I hit full throttle, honestly. I don't even think I had the throttle pinned. All right, rear motor. We'll flip to dual motor when we get around the curve. Let's slow down a sec here. All right. And dual motor. Oh man, you feel it kick in. Holy cow. What a rush! What a rush! Oh my God! Oh my God! Wow! Whew. Dang, dude! Woo, man! 60 on a bicycle. That is another world. Wow! I mean, you're covering ground so fast, so fast. I had a death grip on these handlebars, just trying to keep it straight, and wow, I didn't want to duck down, I didn't want to do nothing but just hang on, man. Let's look at the numbers. All right, so the max speed, 62.8, max watts, I don't know if you can see that, 9,002. Let me go back to it. 9,000 watts. 9,000 watts, 62.8 miles an hour. And then my GPS says 60 miles an hour. So it's a 60 mile an hour bike. Whew, okay, wow. Just absolute powerhouse. I mean, there's no words. You go to 60 like nothing. I mean, I'm a rear wheel drive up until I hit like 45, and then I flip the switch. And once you flip that switch to dual motor, you just feel a surge at 45. It just surges all the way to 60. Craziness. Let me show you the surge here. So here's rear motor, flip the dual, and then full throttle. It climbs so fast. I mean, getting to 50 is nothing for this bike. 50 mile an hour, so easy. Holy cow. I don't even want to be in dual motor, like, I don't even need it. This rear motor, I mean, I'm in rear motor only right now. And we're doing 48, 53, 55, 56, 57. I mean, you could probably go 60 in just rear motor. That's crazy, dude. This thing's crazy fast. But you also got to think about the handling, which there's a couple of curves here. We're at 44. I mean, it feels fine at 50. I'm only in single motor. I mean, it cruises 50 in single motor, effortless. Dual. I ducked down and went 2 miles an hour faster in just that short little burst. Holy God, this thing is crazy. All right, let's check our stats again here. So GPS is now 62 miles an hour. Whew, gosh. And then averaging 25, still 64.8 miles an hour on the bike. So which one do you believe, the satellite in the air or the onboard speedometer? I'll leave it up to you, but this is a 60 plus mile an hour bike and still 9,000 watts. Absolute insanity. 60 plus miles per hour for me at 180 pounds. Just absolutely crazy. It was a huge adrenaline rush, but also a bit of an uneasy feeling because you're remembering that you are on a bicycle with pedals. So let me be clear about this. I really have no intention of riding this bike that fast. I did that merely for testing purposes, so don't go that fast. But I wanted to test the claims on the website, which said 55 plus miles an hour and 8,000 watts, and it exceeded both of those claims. It was really a steady, strong pull all the way until 60 miles an hour, and you almost feel like the bike wants to go faster, but you're just having a hard time overcoming the wind resistance. And handling wise, I was comfortable doing turns at about 45 to 50 at the most. Anything beyond 50 miles per hour, I pretty much wanted to be going in a straight line. That's just what I was comfortable with. To hit those top speeds, I was basically running it up to about 45 miles per hour in rear motor and then flipping the switch to dual motor and pull in for top speed from there. But let me show you how this bike accelerates and the power engagement from a stop. All right, I'm going to try to show you some launches here in acceleration. So this is with the rear motor only, and we're in the slowest start setting 3. I'm just going to gun the throttle. You can see how fast it goes. 3, 2, 1, go. It's still a strong pull. It's not jumping or leaping off the line, but it's a strong, steady pull. So that was start setting 3, the slowest. All right, we're in start strength rear motor 1. So it's gonna be a lot stronger now, but not the maximum. Here's the launch. 3, 2, 1, go. You can feel it hit. It hits a lot harder. Now we gotta try 0. The strongest start setting. All right, here you go. Start setting 0 for the rear motor. Strongest you can get. I'm gonna gun the throttle. It hits pretty good. And the front wheel came up just a little bit. But that was me gunning the throttle. You don't have to gun the throttle. You can just ease into it like this. See? Very calm and tame. You can really feather the throttle if you need to. All right, we just set the front wheel to the slowest start. So rear wheel is strongest, front wheel is softest start. It's probably the way it should be set up, right? And I'm gonna flip it to dual motor, and now we're gonna do a launch. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Very nice. It really dug in off the line. And then the wheel, front wheel started spinning a little bit as you get rolling. Just ever so slight wheel spin. Okay, front motor is gonna be set to 2. So a little bit stronger, and we'll see what happens here. Exit out. All right, a little bit stronger on the front motor. And 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, wow. Whew, that pulled hard. Gosh. That was a lot more wheel spin. There was a lot more, I mean, you can see it right there. It just breaks the tire loose. It was spinning the whole way. But we got to take it to the max. I got to take it to the max. I'm going to get pointed as straight as I can here. Okay, are you ready for this? We've got both the motors maxed out on this fastest start, and the throttle percentage is full throttle on both the motors, 100%. So this is going to be the hardest hit you can do on this thing. You got to get ready for this. It's going to be swimming all over the place probably. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh man! Oh! You really got to manage that front wheel. The spin is just... Oh, holy cow, the front wheel came off the ground and then spun. Oh, that's so, it hit so freaking hard. Wow. Wow, that is just, you have to actively, oh my God, I can't keep the front end down. Oh, it is just a violent hit. Wow. It hit so hard. Just, it pops the front wheel in the air, and then that's spinning, and it lands as it's spinning, and it's bouncing, and you gotta fight it. I mean, probably even from a roll. Holy cow. Wow. This bike in full power unlock mode is just violent. Here we go. I mean, that was the front wheel. Let me lean forward, hang on. Still couldn't even keep the front end down. That's why people always tell me, oh, well, you're pulling the front end and you must be pushing on the pedals and leaning back. No, I'm not. I'm leaning over the handlebars. Holy gosh. It is ridiculous. I want to try one more thing. Can you see my marks on the road here? Look at this. All these streaks. Wheel burnout. I'm going to try to ease into it and see if I can even ease into it. Okay, yeah, you can ease into it. That's full power everything. You have a really good throttle hand to do that, but I definitely think the way to go is to have this front motor on slow start and the rear motor on fast start. It gives you kind of the strongest, grippiest pull. Having everything maxed out is just flat out violent, and you're wrestling this thing. Crazy fun like that, but it's also like super dangerous. So they give you the option. You can have a tame but strong beast here, or you can just make it crazy violent. And doing all these little burnouts here, I have increased my max power output. It's still showing my 64.8 mile an hour run, but I've now hit a new high on the max power, 9254, 9,254 watts out of this bike. Just crazy. So you can keep it calm, you can dial this thing to the max, or even just put it somewhere in the middle. The programming features of it allow you to pretty much put in any kind of power combination that you want, and I'll probably do a whole separate video on the programming. The display menus are super easy to navigate. The Predator bike's got speed, it's got power, it's got acceleration, but you also need to be able to bring it to a stop. Let me show you my experience with the brakes. All right, let's get this up to speed again. do a brake test for you. I mean, I locked them up. I just left a 40-foot skid mark and it brought me to a halt, so pretty good travel out of these forks. They feel pretty heavy duty. And the rear suspension I got on like the middle setting, not even the softest. Let me flip it to the softest. But it's an air shock, so you can dial it into whatever you like. But here is one thing you don't want to have to do with this bike. Lift it. You ready? Deadlift. 160 something pounds. Jeez. All right, let's build up some speed and we'll give these brakes a good try. All right, we're going like 50. And let's say I want to make this turn. I mean, that was pretty good, honestly. That wasn't bad. I mean, I didn't really grab them hard. I wanted to do a controlled stop. I mean, from 50, it slowed me down pretty good. I mean, obviously the bigger they can make these brakes, the better, I think. But you just gotta, I think you gotta be smart on this thing, right? If you're doing 60, you better have a lot of stopping room. I mean, this is a pretty good stop. My gut feeling, if I'm being honest, my gut feeling says I want him a little bit bigger. Like, they're 203 rotors, 4 piston. I feel like I want a 240 rotor or something like amplified more for braking, because going 60, it stopped me from 50, no trouble. I haven't had any issue. I will say that. It's brought me to a stop, no problems. They have a good bite to them. But it is a 160 something pound bicycle going 60 miles an hour. I feel like you need to have the biggest, you got the biggest power on the block. You might as well have the biggest brakes on the block too. And we're coming to a stop. You know, the other thing you got to think about with brakes is heat. If you're beating this thing like I am, I've been out for like an hour beating the heck out of this. And if you're doing a lot of braking from 60, you are probably heating those rotors up real hot. I wouldn't want to touch those rotors right now. They're probably melting hot. All right, so the brakes worked for me. I had no problem bringing this bike to a stop from high speed. However, I will say this, there's bound to be much heavier riders on this bike. And with the speed and the power capabilities of this bike just being such overkill, I kind of wish they would have made the brakes complete overkill as well. But another cool feature of this bike is the torque/cadence sensor function for pedal assist. You can pick either. Take a look. All right, so for the pedal assist system on this Predator bike, you can choose to have the front wheel go with pedal assist, or you can turn it off. I always just turn it off. There's so much power here. You don't need all-wheel drive pedal assist, so I just leave it in pedal assist activates rear motor only. And you can see I'm in pedal assist 5, casually pedaling. I'm in the torque sensor. You can choose torque or cadence. The bike can do either. I like torque because I want the power output to be dictated by how hard I'm pushing on the pedals. So let's go to the top level. I have it set for 9. You can set 3, 5, 7, 9, however many levels you want. Here we go. Going slightly uphill, casually pedaling, 250 watts, because I'm barely pushing. If I start pushing more, now it's giving me about 600, 700. Now if I push a little harder, now we're getting about 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 14. And if I push hard, all right, buddy, here we go. Now we're into 3,700. So it really, I mean, to me, that's how it's supposed to function. The harder you push, the more power it gives. And you can be in the highest level, level 9, and just ride 10 miles an hour, getting 164 watts. And I would say it's fairly responsive. I mean, I'm at 164 watts, 82 watts. And the moment I start pushing hard, now, there you go, takes right off. I mean, it kicks right in. So it's quick to respond, it's pressure sensitive. I'll take torque sensor all day. I know a lot of folks like Cadence, but that's the beauty of this one. You can pick either or. Now, because you're gonna ask, let me do the Cadence, hang on. So you go in here to drive mode, set, I'm gonna flip it to Cadence, set, and then we gotta back out. All right, let's get rolling. We're in Cadence now. I'm gonna start pedaling. Whoa, God! It kicked in like crazy because I'm in level 9 and it recognized the pedals were turning and just bolted. That is a prime example of why I don't like Cadence. You know, I'd rather the power be regulated by my foot pressure. Ready? I'm gonna start turning. Ready? Go. I mean, it wasn't even like a quarter pedal when it kicked in. Let me back it down here. Down to like 4 to 3. Let's try this one more time. I'm gonna start pedaling now. I mean, it's like instantaneous. Pedal now. Yeah. And you don't gotta, I'm just rotating. You don't gotta push at all. I mean, the torque and the Cadence work perfectly. I'm switching back to torque because I don't like Cadence. All right, there's one more thing I want to try because I haven't tried it yet, and that is how long can you pedal before you lose feeling in the pedals. So let's get into 7th gear. Pedaling at 35, no problem. Let's go to 40. 40, I can pedal, no problem. It's going straight here. Bumpy road. Jeez. All right, 45, I can still feel the pedals. So you can pedal at 45. Let me get going on a straight stretch again here. All right, let's see if you can pedal at 50. Yes, you can. I still have feeling in the pedals. Still feel it. 53, still feel it. You can still have feeling in the pedals at 53 miles an hour. Beyond that, I don't think I'd even want to pedal. So pedal assist worked great, and I love the torque sensor function and this choice between torque or cadence. That programming feature has been added to all of the wired bikes. You can do that on every one of their models. And you can also, again, choose if you want both motors going off of pedal assist or just one. Now there is one more thing I want to show you, and that's Papa Citizen's reaction to the new Predator. And once we get his take on it, I'd love to know yours, so put it in the comments below. Well, we're letting Papa Citizen try the 72-volt Predator bike. Oh, and he's taking off. If I can hang with him or not. Holy cow. I mean, wow. I'm going 43 and he is just dropping me like crazy. Holy cow. He got me pretty good there. Wow. That bike is so, it's 72 volts is such a dramatic change. It's so much more power. Yeah, the power. That thing just crazy. It's like a turbo spooling up too. It's just, I mean, he's just gone. Yep. Now you know why it's called the Predator. Wow. That bike is top of the food chain.
I mean, I would hit 57 mile an hour again right there. You know, I'm not sure how much more it had in it, but okay.
You haven't even done a launch yet.
I know, I'll pick a straight stretch down here. Let's see what that's like. I'm half afraid to try it. Okay, dual motor.
Dual motor, here we go.
Ready?
I'm ready, are you?
I don't know. Here we go.
Holy, wow. Wow. God, that thing is crazy. I mean, the front wheel was just off the ground, spinning in air. And then you land, and then it just takes off like lightning.
I think I lifted the wheel a little bit.
Yeah, your front wheel was in the air for a few feet there. What'd you think of that?
It's scary. I mean, you better be pointed straight ahead, because I mean, even as I got it back to the ground, I felt like it was still going a little bit on me.
Yeah, I felt that too. When I put it in the full power, and the front end kind of swims around a little.
If you're in any kind of loose gravel or anything, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
72 volts is a whole new world.
Gotta be paying attention on this bike. You know.
It's way more power than you need, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes to 50 mile an hour and nothing flat. I was hitting 50 right there.
Yeah. I mean, you went, what, 100 yards, 200 yards?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe 150.
150 yards and you're at 50 miles an hour. Well,
I'll give you one more launch.
Okay. All right. Maybe lean over so the front wheel bites some.
All right, here we go.
Wow. He's gone.
Crazy. Too much for me.
It's a lot. This thing is a lot to handle.
You know, it's heavy for me, and it's just got so much power.
I mean, I think if you really, really want power, you don't need this much. The Warrior or the Scout that just has the rear motor is more than enough. Well, I can tell that Papa Citizen felt that same adrenaline rush that I did, because this thing is wild. And we had it tuned up for that ride pretty good. And I can see his face just kind of toggling back and forth between big smile and just being stunned. And by the end of the ride, he determined it was way more than he needed power-wise, and he also mentioned the weight. And it does feel a little bit heavier than like Warrior or the Freedom. It feels like it's heavier in the front end, the steering, and that's probably because of the double crown forks and also the weight of that 1500 watt motor in the front wheel. But hopefully you found his commentary helpful if you're considering this bike. Now, the Predator e-bike is not a bike I would recommend to the average person. The Wired website says this about it: the Predator is specifically designed for the thrill seeker who accepts nothing less than absolute supremacy. That sounds about right to me. So this Predator bike is top of the food chain for the guy out there who wants to have the baddest bike around. I mean, this thing isn't just bringing a gun to a knife fight, this is bringing a bazooka. So while you contemplate if the Predator bike would be right for you, I'll leave you with one final adrenaline pumping acceleration in my first ever 0 to 60 mile an hour on a bicycle. All right, I can't believe I'm about to say this right now, but let's try the 0 to 60 on this bicycle. 3, 2, 1, go. My heart's racing a little on that one. Just rest. Rest, my friend. We will show them more later.